The TjopTjop app makes going to school much faster and helps us focus on learning instead of standing in queues waiting around to be screened. Okay, so let's start with the first part that your school will need to get ready, is this identification badge. You will send us an Excel file. The Excel file will contain a predefined number of fields like the name, surname, ID number, and an emergency contact number of the child. The reason why you need to send this to us is that most children won't have a barcode ID on them or available, so we need to generate something that they can use to be identified easily. Okay, so you will send us an Excel file and we will send you a PDF printable file with all your pupils' ID badges. You can then print it out and you can decide whether you're going to procure lanyards and pouches, whether you are going to laminate this and pin it to them, whether you're giving it as a card or on their phones. It's all up to you. Okay, so once I get to school and I have my ID badge with me, I arrive at the screening station, where the screening station is armed with our app.
Right, so over here at the screening station, we've got our app. It's been installed from the Play Store and authorized to actually work. It runs on any Android device with a camera, and it allows you to do identification, screen the temperature, and do some mask verification. So first off, we identify the student, and we can make sure that the information from the code and the badge itself lines up, so no forgery of badges can be done. So we accept that. We need to scan the temperature, so we use a standard thermometer to scan the temperature. We capture said temperature in a frame. It asks me to confirm the temperature. I say yes, that's fine. No, I'm not wearing, the student's not wearing a mask, so I accept that. And that's essentially one screening session done quite quickly. I need to send this data to the principal or other responsible person, so I just synchronize my phone's data with the web portal. Right, so imagine we're now at the headmaster's office. He can simply then have a view that on his school terrain, at this point in time, there's about 17 students, of which 13 had to be issued masks. 2 of them had a higher than normal temperature, so they generated temperature alarms. And since our system was up and running, there have been 4 temperature alarms. So you can get an idea of what your student population's temperature is like. You can also filter the data that we maintain centrally to have a look at a specific student or person over time. So in this case, we can have a look at this specific student and you get an idea of what the temperature is over time.
If you need to do this contact tracing for a specific date, you can also filter on date to see who was scanned round about the same time as that specific kid, and you can also then see whether they also had elevated temperatures.
So there's a filter on temperature.
So this makes the daily reporting to the Department of Health and the Department of Education much easier, since you already have all your information summarized. You don't have lists that you now need to go and analyze that were written down by hand. You already have all your information summarized and ready, and we are also in talks through third parties with the Department of Education and the Department of Health, so that we can interface with them directly and have the reporting done automatically.